Hello and welcome back everyone. In the last episode we took on Varrock, and I also learned that I cannot count. Because I said the last episode was going to be the penultimate episode potentially, and that was never going to be true because I have at least this episode and one more to go. So yeah, it's been a week. In this episode we take on the Western Provinces, which covers the Tree Gnome Stronghold, the Feldup Hills, and as far as Ape Atoll. So without further ado, let's get started. I think for this episode, I'm just going to talk about what I was doing like normal through these easy achievements. Nah, I'm just kidding, that'd be boring. I think instead I want to talk about some of the comments I've been getting, specifically the ones that are talking about watching me while they do their own grinds or getting them more interested in playing. And all I have to say to that is, hell yeah. That's the whole reason why I make these things. I wanted to be able to provide a different perspective on this game than what was normally available in the creator scene. Seeing people say that my smaller grinds are helping them get through their really tough grinds is really cool to see. I want people to be able to enjoy my content whether you're a 15-year veteran or a new player just like myself. I do my best to make sure that what I make is entertaining for as many people as possible. Also, if you're watching you don't have a CC yet, feel free to join ours. I'll put it up on the screen here. I've been really busy recently with real world obligations, so I haven't been able to sit down and play as much as I have in the past, but it's cool to hop on and say hi to people who are working on their own grinds. Well, that just about wraps up the easy entries. We get this little banner for our troubles and these boons as well, and now we move on to the real deal. As soon as I looked at this list of achievements, I knew I was in for a world of pain. A few entries in Ape Atoll, traveling to Feldup Hills, killing at least 125 chompy birds, and worst of all, one small favor. Spelled with a U because the people who make this game are sick in the head. But let's get on with it. I know I'm not going to enjoy this. I am going to save the entry, Travel to the Feldup Hills by Gnome Glider, for last because that requires me to do one small favor. And I know that it isn't just one small favor. I'm going to go ahead and take the agility shortcut from the Grand Tree to Otto's Grotto. Didn't even know that was here, so my game knowledge expands just a little bit more. I need to trap a Spine Larupia, so with some teasing sticks and logs in my inventory, I make my way over to the AKS Fairy Ring, set up my traps. This unfortunate victim falls for the trap and it gives me the completion. Time to kill 2 birds with 1 banana. I say banana because I need to fish some bass on Ape Atoll and cut/burn some teak logs on Ape Atoll as well. I use the Ninja Gree to become one with the monkeys and infiltrate their base of operations. 1 bass caught and 1 log chopped and burnt. Perfect. I need to now complete an intermediate game of pest control. I had to do a novice game for the easy entries before this, but this time I'm going to go ahead and bring along my Dragon Hosta because it has all 3 different attack types and I think it looks cool. I don't know if I really needed the different attack types because I didn't actually swap them. I just kind of hit shit until the game was done. Cool, that diary is taken care of. I'm glad these don't take as long as the wiki says they will. I'll probably be coming back to this later to get the gear from it. Claim a chompy bird hat from Rance after registering at least 125 kills. Man, fuck you, I barely just got 30. And that took me a long ass time. Luckily, I was in a Discord call with my expert friend and he told me to just load up on Ogre Bellows and head over to the Fairy Ring south of Castle Wars. So I did that and I just blew up frogs, shot birds until I finished. It looked a lot like this for like 45 minutes. Cool, that wasn't as painful as I was anticipating. You know I love these eagle traveling cutscenes. I have to make a chocolate bomb. Looking up the recipe on the wiki, I get all the ingredients together and create a masterpiece that would make Gordon Ramsay himself say that I've absolutely nailed it. Let's get that perfectly clear. I've been watching a lot of MasterChef and he says that a lot. I need to turn my crystal saw seed into a crystal saw, which means I need to complete the Eyes of Gluffrey. To start this quest, we need to talk to Brimstale and ask about his cute creature that's in his cave. And also, these creatures are wandering around the Gnome Stronghold in general. That thing isn't cute, it's a fucking nightmare. He's doing some research or something and he reminisces about some history he's been aching to tell anyone that would listen. We inspect this bowl and this machine that seems to be fucking broken. And then we go meet someone named Hazelmere. I can't remember if I've met this person before, but here we are now. After he mind melds with me, we get the visions of the past. These depict Gluffrey banishing the goblins with his magic and also covering up Argento's death. Argento is an old silver spirit tree. Obviously, this doesn't go over well with the king because he can't trust Gluffrey, and he banishes him. Gluffery is now pissed at that. We get a purple pentagon for this machine to get it to work. Man, fuck this part. My brain was mush going into this, and it became whatever is worse than mush after. I also read the wiki incorrectly and was trying to do some weird multiplication stuff. I don't know, guys. Just bear with me as I struggle here. Oh, wait. You don't have to see me struggle. With the power of editing, I just finished the puzzle and almost no time has passed. Incredible. After that, Nightmare is done. We kill all of these little shits around the village. We talk to King Narnode and we complete the quest. But that's not what we're here for. That's not what's important. Now we need to use this seed on the bowl to create a crystal saw. Done. Mine some gold beneath the grand tree is easily taken care of. And now, ladies and germs, it is time for one small favor. I'm going to be very honest with you all right now. I'm pretty sure I blacked out during this quest. This was done right after the Eyes of Gluffery because I just wanted to be finished with the diary entries. I gather as many teleports as I can think of, stamina pots, and of course my full graceful outfit, fill my inventory with as many items as I could, and we're off. We start this pain in the ass by visiting my least favorite area in the game. Great, what a wonderful way to start this quest. We talk to Yanni Salika, and he has one small favor to ask of us, to get him some red mahogany logs. Simple enough. Here you go. Wow, that wasn't that bad. So I think that's where we're going to end today's. No, I'm just fucking with you guys. Here we really go. We talk to this forester who wants us to get this blunt axe sharpened by Captain Shanks. We talk to Brian in the axe shop in Port Sarim. Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare. But he's too worried about his friend right now to help. So we need to go get help by speaking to Aggie the witch in Draenor, and she agrees to help us if we first find her apprentice Jimmy the Chisel. What a great name. I head into the ham hideout and speak with Johannes Olsbrecht, who agrees to let Jimmy go if we get his cult a month's worth supply of chicken. And he suggests that we talk to Fred the farmer. Fred, of course, doesn't have the chickens, but he does tell us that Seth Groats has. And now Seth wants us to give 3 steel bars to Horvik and Varrock to make the cages for the chicken. That's done, but Horvik has the shits and needs some herbal remedy to ease his IBS. Plus some pigeon cages so he can actually make the chicken cages. I head to the apothecary and tell him about Horvik. He gives us an herbal tincture and breaks the breathing salts, so now we have to go make a new airtight pot. I'm starting to go insane. I talk to the potter over here in Barbarian Village, but she won't tell us how to make an airtight pot because of some dwarf in the mines who's being a real dickhead. Like it's some big ass secret to have this pot. I talk to Hammerspike and he tells us that he's always wanted to be a druid. So we go talk to Sandfew in Taverley and asks if he's taking any new recruits. For some fucking reason, he has no problem with the dwarf wanting to become a druid, but he still insists that we go give Captain Bleemage a Gothic's Rest. So, running up the mountain, we give the tea over. He wants some trash for the trip to Feldup Hills. I'll get back to that. I go to the general store in Catherby and speak with Arian, who wants a weather report. Bro, there's no fucking weather in this game, except for some very specific areas. What do you mean? We head into Sears Village and speak with the whole fucking alphabet. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. And they're looking for a missing person because of course they fucking are. She can't tell us the weather is going to be the same as it always fucking has been until they are found. We enter the cave, we search this sculpture here, and they are the missing person, so now we have to figure out how to set them free. We need to get some help from Comperty over here, who needs us first to get him some iron oxide from a man in Port Khazard. We talk to Tyndall on the docks. He wants his soggy mattress filled with stuffing in order to get the iron oxide he possesses. I'm losing it. Now on to Feldup Hills. I need to fix the Gnome glider landing strip. Finally something that seems like it's connected to another part. I fix all of the landing lights and can finally start completing these fucking favors. I get the mattress stuffed by Rance. I give that mattress to Tyndall to get the iron oxide. I take that iron oxide to the wizard and he gives me an animate rock spell in exchange for the goods. I use that spell in the cave and I miss because I fucking suck. So now I have to kill this Lagalith. I recast the spell after the thing is dead and Petra is now free from the stone. Did they name her Petra because she's petrified? I speak with Alphabet Soup again and tell them their friend is saved. They then have me do all of the fucking work and fix this weather vane that's on top of the agility course. This quest is going to be the death of me. I go talk to Aaron and tell him the weather is the fucking same as it always has been and always will, and they will send someone to give the trash to Bleemage. I speak with Captain Bleemage. I could now finish the entry right here, but I'm gonna go see this through because I'm already almost done. Back with Sandfew, he then agrees to let the dwarf become a druid, even though he had no issue with that before. I kill these gang members, I speak to Hammerspike, and he agrees to stop harassing Tassie about her pot. Tassie then teaches me the ancient ways of making a fucking lid for a pot, and I take that pot to the apothecary so he can give me the salts. The salts get snorted by Horvik and we get the chicken cages made. I bring those to Seth and we get the chicken deal sealed. We then tell that to Johannes, who then releases Jimmy. We get to tell Aggie, who now agrees to help Brian, who will now finally sharpen this axe. I give this axe to the forester, who will now chop the red mahogany, and we can finally give those pieces of shit to Yanni. I'm dead inside. This quest is done. My sanity is gone. We fly this fucking glider and complete the medium diary entries. Holy shit. That is where we're going to end today's episode. We get this new banner, we get these boons, and we are just one step away from a full set of diary entry gear. In the next one, we take on the last set, the Wilderness. I wonder how many times I'm going to get PK'd. I don't know, but we're going to find out together. Until then, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.